What's going on, everybody? Almost Counts Collectibles here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some collectibles that we have recently found at the Dollar Tree. Now, they had Power Ranger items, Transformer items, they even had some Nickelodeon, just some classic 90s nostalgia themed stuff in there. So we're going to go through it and check out what we got so that if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, you can go check out your local Dollar Tree and see if they have any of it. So let's go ahead and get a little bit closer and take a look at what we picked up. All right, now that we're a little bit closer, let's go ahead and pull this stuff out of here. So first up, we have these Power Ranger figures. Now, these little figures come with a little, I'm going to say holographic. I guess that's what that is. You know, the shiny little collector cards right here in the background. These were $1.25 each. And much like many other sets, for some reason, over the last 10 to 15 years, they made every Ranger except for the Yellow Ranger. At first, I thought they just didn't have the Yellow Ranger, and I'd have to check back. But later, I actually looked at the back, and every Ranger is pictured except for yellow. They've got red, blue, black, green, and pink, which is all the ones they had. They had at least one of each, but no yellow. And since yellow is not featured here on the back, I'm assuming they didn't make a yellow for whatever reason. So I'm going to have to make a custom one at some point. I will grab one of these, take it out, customize it, paint it, glue it back into there. The only issue will be making the custom card. So I'll see how I'm going to do that. But once again, an incomplete set of Power Rangers. But this is Black Ranger, so let's go ahead and move on. Then they had Blue Ranger. The little cards back there are pretty cool. The figures themselves, they're not super detailed. So, you know, they don't have the diamonds painted on them. Their morphers aren't painted in. Little tiny details on the helmet that aren't officially colored in. But other than that, I mean, the sculpts and everything look decent. I might open all of them, custom paint them, and set them on the shelves. Or I might just go back. I'll keep a sealed set and probably go back, and since they're only $1 a piece, grab another set, custom paint them, set them on the shelf. But once again, no yellow on the back. So there's Blue Ranger. Here is Red Ranger. And we've got Pink Ranger. And then we have Green Ranger. And there are all of the Power Rangers, minus yellow, because they didn't make one. Then moving on, got some more Power Ranger stuff. We have these little, they're called Pod Pals. They're these little, just like, almost cylindrical little stuffed characters. They've got these little feet made of different material sticking out here in the front. They set up fairly well, you know, on a flat surface if you smash them down just a little bit to kind of flatten out the bottom. But we've got these little Pod Pals. Now, I think they only made 3 of these. If I'm not mistaken, I've only ever seen green, red, and black. No pink, no yellow, no blue. So I think they only made 3 of them because I'll tell you why here in just a second. But I don't see pictures of the actual ones on there to see if the set's pictured. But we've got Green Ranger here. I actually grabbed 2 of him just because I knew my youngest was probably going to want one of these to stick on his shelf. So got 2 greens. We got red. And then black should be in here somewhere. Here he is. And then we got black. Maybe they'll release the other 3 in a different release. But right now, these are the only 3 we got. All right, next up, we have some Transformer items. So they had Pod Pals of the Transformers, and they only had 3 of them. They had Optimus, Megatron, and Bumblebee. So that's why I think they only made 3 of the Rangers as well, because there were only 3 Transformers. But Optimus, Megatron, and Bumblebee here, pretty neat little stuffies, if you will. They are stuffed. But we got some Transformers. And then we have some Transformers little figurines like the Power Ranger ones that also come with the little holographic card there in the back. So starting off, we have Soundwave. We have Megatron. Now, once again, the details as far as the paint on these aren't perfect, but they're pretty good. I feel like they even have more paint application than the Rangers did. The Rangers pretty much just had their main color, the white for their gloves and belt, and then the black on their visor, other than green that also had the gold shield. But, you know, these have, I feel like, more multiple colors of paint applied to them. But there's Megatron. And then we have Starscream. Now, Starscream was the hardest for us to find. We actually had to go to 3 different Dollar Trees to finally find a Starscream, because all the other ones were out. They usually had all the other ones except for Starscream. So I don't know if he's just more sought after, if they didn't make as many of him, or what the deal with that is, but this was the hardest one to grab. So there's the 3 Decepticons. And then there were only 2 Autobots. So we've got Optimus and Bumblebee here. Once again, aside from Optimus's windows not being colored in, which is kind of odd. I feel like that's a really glaring thing. I mean, even Bumblebee has his windows colored in. I thought that was a really weird omission to not paint those, because Optimus would have looked pretty good had his windows been painted in. Now, obviously, he was missing a few details, but I don't know. That was a really odd choice, I feel like, to not paint those in. But there are 2 Autobots. Now, once again, on the back, there are only 5 characters, 2 Autobots, and the 3 Decepticons, making 5 total, which the Power Rangers also only have 5. So, you know, I don't know. It's weird to me that, you know, they wouldn't add all 6 Rangers and they wouldn't pick another iconic Autobot to round out a 6-figure set. Maybe 5, for whatever reason, they were limited to 5 and they just had to pick. So, I don't know. Granted, Optimus and Bumblebee are your 2 most popular Autobots from the original G1, but there's a decent list of other Autobots that they could have selected, like I said, to round out that 6 list. But yeah, 5 looks like the total that we got. So those are all of the Transformer ones. Now, we also had some other interesting things. They had some pretty cool themed socks. Now, they had these Wolverine socks. They actually had a few different Marvel X-Men socks, but these Wolverine ones were pretty cool looking. So you can see what the actual picture looks like right there of what the sock looks like. Thought those were pretty neat. These were only, you know, like $1 a piece. Then they had some Looney Tune themed ones. So I grabbed the Taz. Taz is my favorite Looney Tunes character. So it's just a bunch of depictions of Taz making a tornado everywhere. Thought those were pretty neat. And then we got a pair of Peanuts. It's got Charlie Brown, Woodstock on there. This one actually doesn't show a picture of what the sock looks like, which is kind of weird, but got your Charlie Brown socks there. Now, they had, like I said, they had Nickelodeon and some other themed things. I'm pretty sure they had Ren and Stimpy. I'm pretty sure they had Rugrats, and a few other themed ones. These were the 3 that we picked. To be honest, there was about 10 pairs of socks that I honestly probably would have grabbed just because they looked really cool and they were like, and you know, almost $1 a piece, just a little over $1. But we grabbed those. So they got some pretty cool, you know, socks to, to grab and just wear around for whatever. But That's everything that we grabbed. So I'm going to throw everything back here real quick so we can take a look at it, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit more. All right, so here's all the little collectibles that we picked up from the Dollar Tree. I like it when they do this stuff. These little, you know, themed collectibles for around $1 a piece. I think they're pretty cool. Like with the Power Rangers, like I said, even though they don't have all the paint applications, it's something fun to pick up and potentially open and even customize a little bit more, you know, for $1. So I like those things. Once again, the Transformers seem to have a little bit more detail in regards to the paint. So overall, I think the Transformer ones are actually better than the Power Ranger ones, just because, like I said, the additional little details of more multiple colors of paint and things added. Had it not been for Optimus's windows, which I thought was a pretty glaring non-paint application to decide not to add. Other than that, I think all of them look really well. The Power Rangers, once again, just if those diamonds would have been painted in, even if their morphers weren't, I think it would have looked better. But it's pretty obvious that they're missing paint. Any Power Ranger fan can look at them and realize that. But that's just me nitpicking as a collector. But overall, I think these are awesome little pickups if you want to go in and search for these. The little Pod Pals, I think those are really cool as well. Hopefully they'll release a whole set of those. Like they'll come out with another series of the additional three more Transformers, 3 more Power Rangers to complete that set. I think that would be really cool. The socks are just one of those little things that we happen to walk down different aisles and noticed. I think those are really cool too, for $1 a piece. Now, the quality on those socks probably aren't great for $1 a pair. So those are one of those things to only wear every now and then for a special occasion. You know what I mean? Wearing those as daily pairs of socks, they're probably going to wear out pretty quick and start ripping and get holes or whatever the case may be. But still, for $1, you know, if you and the wife or whatever's going to do a movie night, or, you know, just get in your pajamas and hang out, do a movie marathon or whatever, those are cool things to just, you know, throw on for special occasions and stuff like that. But those are the collectibles. These are fairly recent. I think the dates on these are like 2004. Yeah. 2024. So these were released last year. I don't know. I don't frequent the Dollar Tree or dollar store, so I don't know if they come out with new collectibles like every year, every couple years, whatever the case may be. I have seen in the past Power Ranger collectibles that I've purchased off of somebody that's got the whole set that obviously came from like a Dollar Tree or something like that. So I know there have been others, but I don't know how frequently they release things like that. But this particular little set of collectibles is pretty cool. So if you're a collector and you like these items, get out there, check your Dollar Trees. I don't know about other dollar stores if they carry the same kind of products. This was specifically Dollar Tree, but I just wanted to share that with you all. I'll probably do a customization video where I actually paint the Power Rangers and we'll set them on the shelf and we'll see what they can look like when they're fully painted. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed this stuff. And until next time, everybody, I will see you next video.